Kalai Vanakkam to everyone present here. So thank you, Bala, for inviting me to this event. Hello, everyone. This is Poorvaja. I'm an advocate, so by profession, yes. And started my practice in Chennai, Madras High Court, and then I've recently moved to Coimbatore District Court as a trial lawyer. Yes, so this is my raw story, and yes, the world is incomplete without me. I think every one of us is very comfortable sitting here because we all respected equally here. Be it an auto driver or be it a IT personnel, we are all equally respected and equally listened to. This is what we are all craving for. The society which is outside or the community which is outside is not going to treat the same way as we are treated here. And this is what I wanted to assure. I've done my schooling, I'm coming from a small town named Dharapuram in Tirupur district from Tamil Nadu. So I did my schooling in a small town, the same small town. But I started facing struggles once I started moving out of my town for education to different cities. So I moved to Erode, which is a very good city, full of agriculture, everything was nice. But what I faced in my school days in the first, when I'm moving out of my own comfort zone and my city, was that for the first time in my life, I started facing caste discrimination. I'm not from the dominant community of my area, so I started facing all this caste discrimination, though I am the school topper and I excel in all other extracurricular activities also. I'm not listened to or I'm not equally received like the way they are received. And I was also, like the culture of the school, ironically it's a girls' school and college, but the culture was so much like women's places in the kitchen. So you're going to graduate and either you're going to choose a professor kind of job or nursing, or you're just going to sit at the home and take care of your children. This is what we are supposed to do, is what the mentality of the students the mentality of the teachers that are being imposed on the student community over there. Luckily, I had to get out of it, and thankfully, yes. So I was constrained to quit schooling there and then join the rebel school because I spoke against an accident which led to the death of two of my schoolmates, very tragic accident. Two of my schoolmates died in the accident, and nobody, not even, the institution was not taking it very seriously. Institution also has its own role on it. So I was constrained to move out of it happily, and yes, I got into a rivalry school. It was really good there, but the students were all from different backgrounds. Most of them were from industrialist son or daughter, or minister's son or daughter. There are a variety of people, and they casually wear diamond jewels to the farewell, this thing. So this is all completely new to me, and then creating another trace of insecurity in my mind. So previously it was caste discrimination. Here it was entirely different, looking at the people spending too much, like at a very, we are at the higher secondary level at that time, and then people spending too much, it was like, it was surprising, and then it was completely new to me. So yeah, got out of there and then joined my college, which again didn't happen very easily. So so the moments which we are coming through decides our life. In a single moment, or the people you meet, they decide what you're going to do in your future or the coming years. So what I want to do, I had this question always. So during the school time, people started reserving their seats in the management quotas and then trying for NEET, the medical seats, all of that. So what I wanted to do, it's not law. So it was just to keep asking questions to people and keep asking questions that we face every day in our life. So I wanted to take law. I've decided this, and then, Ennoda appa, I wanted to make this in Tamil. So, Ennoda appa, my father, he did only his schooling was only till 10th standard, but he did a thorough research when I said I wanted to do law. He came across the entrance examinations which were going through in the institution and across the country. Then I came to know that there is a common law admission test for the law students, for the students who want to get into top national law schools in the country. And then, but yeah, coming from a small town and with so many insecurities, I'm not sure whether I'm going to crack it or not. And I also didn't get seats in the leading coaching institutions in Chennai. But what my father did was, he physically took me there, showed all my records of the matriculation school, the certificates. The fathers and the parents used to hype about our achievements, no? So they show all my records and say, my daughter is eligible to get this seat. If there is any vacancy, she has to get into it, and then she has to get that seat. This is what my father believed in, and then he spoke to the coaching academy. He was ready to fall at their feet also, which I didn't like, and I was not ready to pursue it there. Somehow, luckily, I got a seat there after a month. So I just had 30 days before the examination. I had to attend the coaching centers, whatever they are going to teach, and then practice papers. And also I have to give it up the exams. So I became serious only for the last 15 days before the exams. I was lucky enough to get into top 8th institution in the country, the National Law School, and then it was upgraded to top 5th in the country also. However, I did not choose to go. There was a new National Law School started at that time in our own Trichirappalli. So I wanted to stay in my place and do something. So I went into this National Law School in Trichy. It's Tamil Nadu National Law University. So once it started coming to Tamil Nadu, there were a lot of awareness amongst people regarding the legal, taking law as a course in itself, it's not a choice for everyone. Most of the people, they don't prefer to choose law, or for the women, they are shunned from taking law. This is what we have heard about. And then yes, after the National Law School has come out, it has changed the culture a bit. So yes, there is always there are always twists and turns throughout the journey. So I was happy enough to get into the college, but there were that was wholly another set of scenarios happening there. We were not only discriminated, so there were always a divide between North and South students. North Indians stayed separately, South Indians stayed separately. Tamil, Mallu gang, separate, as usual, whatever happens in other colleges. Law colleges, it gets very critical and gets into a lot of political issues also. This is the problem that we face in law schools as well. And there is also clear caste divide between the people. There is also clear class divide between the people. You can see the high-tech people roaming around somewhere as a community. Some group of people here talking about their own stuff. So this is what we faced in our college. And clearly being a first graduate from my family and first-gen lawyer from my family, it was clearly a struggle to finish the law school as such. I was topper in my law school also, but my credentials were questioned every time because I come from a rural area and I do not spend much time in studying. I spend in my co-curricular activities. There are a lot of competitions that happen in law schools also. Because of that, it's just, my credibility kept on being questioned by my own fellow mates and even the administration. I did not stop there. I was adamant. I was called a rebel in the college, which I'm very proud of. But later I understood that where I'll have to rebel and where I'll have to lead the revolution. I clearly know now. So Tamil ஒரு word இருக்கு, பண்படுதல்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So getting maturity or whatever you can speak of. Now I know where to rebel and then where to maintain my silence. So this is what my law school taught me in a very hard way. Okay, and yes, so graduated, chose a profession. So I directly went into the practice as a whole flock of students go into. Luckily, I got into a very good office, but litigation was not litigation. I just refer the court practice as litigation. So it was not a very, it's not a cakewalk also. We had to work from day and night. So not even, I mean, the Sundays are also occupied. We're more like doctors, okay? So it's not like the law firm which you see in the Netflix series, where we are sophisticatedly, we walk around the town and then get so much money. No, that is not the reality. Young advocates, they are facing huge barriers in terms of payment or in terms of getting clients and then keeping their phase up in the litigation and then continuing in the court practice, because a lot of people used to cut it off there and then join other professions also, like in the banks or legal officer, Mari, they choose. I wanted to stay here because there are not many women advocates in the, even in the district courts or in the high courts. So I had to transfer to district court because of my family issues, my parents' health. But the COVID also came, and then it was really bit difficult. And then we also don't talk about a certain thing where there's a transition when you're a student in the college, and then when you come out of it, you're coming out of your comfort zone and you start working. You don't know how to keep the consistency in working also. You can't keep up with the timing. So if you have to work from 9 to 6, you're not sure how to focus on your productivity, increasing your productivity or the consistency. It's a very hard phase, and we learn it through ourselves, which is not being spoken of. I think that has to be noted down, and then that has to be spoken of also. So this pandemic also taught me that I'll have to be very patient, and then I'll have to observe what is going on rather than talking too much. So that kind of maturity happened only during the pandemic. So I wanted to explore on other areas as well, because Coimbatore, it's a tier 2 city. It's a commercial, very commercialized place, but it doesn't have a lot of advocates who give commercial related who do commercial transactions or who advises on commercial and civil practice. So I wanted to make a mark there, so I shifted to Coimbatore with the help of my seniors in Chennai, whom I'm very much grateful of. So I'm running their branch office in Coimbatore. I'm also part of legal tech startups. I'm not sure whether you have all heard about it. Basically, legal tech startups eases all the legal services with the help of technology. So I'm part of 2 legal tech startups also, which I've started focusing and taking its development through during the pandemic. So when we started focusing on legal tech startups also, the first project which we were taking is on the online dispute resolution. So without going for the courts, we always have the opportunity to settle the dispute out of the court. Okay, with a proper professional. It's not like katta panchayat mari kedaiyadu. It's with the help of proper professional, you'll be able to settle the dispute. This is the forum which we have built, and then it is a completely bootstrapped one. And then thankful to my entire team, my brother who was supportive of this, and then my dad. Yes. We are proceeding in a manner that we are focusing only on the marital disputes and the commercial disputes. But there is some vacuum. There's something I've left behind in my past which kept on pestering me. So just to get back to my college days, I did a very bad research paper on juvenile justice and how children gets influenced by the behavior of the teachers or behavior of the parents, and then their life takes an entirely different turn. So that kept on following me for a very long time, and I suddenly had the urge to mix whatever I'm doing in the legal tech startup along with the sexual harassment incidents which are being faced by the children, and not only women, men also face sexual harassments, and it's good to talk about it openly, okay? So yes, wanted to take it as a venture. It's not like an NGO, definitely not like an NGO, because even NGOs get CSR funds and then run it. So we want to be self-sufficient, not influenced by anybody. So we wanted to keep it as a bootstrap and then maybe funding at the later point of time. So I've incorporated the concept of online dispute resolution with sexual harassment, and then I have an entire management team to look after it. And we just did our first project in a government school which is very scarcely funded in Marudamalai near Coimbatore. So the response which we received from the children, it was very difficult to manage the children, to teach them what is body safety, and to teach the girls, to teach the boys how they should behave and how they should be treated. It's very difficult because students were not ready to hear, first of all. They were feeling inconvenient. Teachers were feeling inconvenient. When I started talking about transgenders, the gender and sexual orientation, teachers were not very encouraging. So what we felt is it's always better to teach faculties, we'll have to train the faculties first and then move to the student communities, because student communities are already aware of what is happening in the society, but the teachers are a bit, I'm not accusing any of them, but they are a bit back off. So we'll have to, our role is to teach teachers principal, all the management people, and whoever the low level, the base level workers also, clerks, all the staffs who are part of the schools and colleges, to make sure that the campus is entirely secured against all the child sexual abuse and any kind of discrimination that's happening in the institution, including caste discrimination, race, sex, religion, everything. So this is our motto, and this is what we wanted to hear. So in our first project, we were a bit successful, and then because I'm saying it because I taught children, the girls and the boys, and then the children felt comfortable, and then they planned the timing without, they neglected the teachers, came before me and then opened up to me saying that a boy is following her on the streets, which she couldn't open up to her parents and teachers as well. So I see this as my success, because I'm trying to influence the minds of the people and then making them understand so that their behavior is influenced and then it's changed for the entire lifetime. So this is what I do, and I thank my family and others for all the support. So consistent working has helped me to reach this level. I'm still at a starting stage. I also take this opportunity to inform that we have given a proposal to United Nations Women also regarding this, to culminate this as a general practice in schools and colleges. So we got an initial grant of 1 lakh day before yesterday from Barbados Plan of Action and United Nations Women. So we're awaiting the final results also. Hope that comes out very favorably to us. But yes, so we are taking pro bono initiatives as well, and the private institutions also we are teaching it. But I think there are a lot of management people and then teachers are also present here. So we have also been children. We have come past all of that. So please take some time to treat children in the way they are comfortable. And then it's not by words you can implement something on the children. No, it can never happen. Only by your conduct, it can bring some changes in your children. If there is a gender discrimination happening at your home, then that will continue in the schools and colleges, wherever they go. So it's the conduct of us that influences the children very badly, rather than the words as such. So this is what I wanted to tell you. So I think the role models are not from, I can't say Elon Musk is my role model because I haven't seen his struggles, no. He's making money, he's making funds, that's okay. But the people around me, enoda appa, enoda atte, so they are all my role models. Because my aunt is a widow. So she had 1 year child when she became widow, and she wakes up every day, does all her chorus, and then she helps my dad also in his business. Whatever she doesn't care about anything, she just comes daily, then handle business also. Whereas my father doesn't think about, I don't think those people are worried about work-life balance there, like as we do. No, they doesn't know of, they don't have any knowledge about that. They just want their children to be happy, and then they keep working. So I think that's what I have learned from them. Not the, yes, work-life balance is important, I'm not against that. However, the consistent working and the patience that you need, and the priorities. You're deciding your priorities and then choosing what is more important at that moment. And you are also recognizing the moments that are subconsciously or consciously influencing your activities. So when we recognize those right moments, I think we'll be very satisfied. And even when I look back at the journey, I have come at least 10 meters from where I was back, where I was there before 2 to 3 years back. So I'm proud of my journey. I think this is the success which we all wanted to talk about. And I thank Bala for this opportunity. Thank you so much.